this is Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts, and I am speaking to you from the future. It's very snazzy. Basically, I've finished making what I'm going to show you me making in this project, but I thought I would just show you the end result so that you can decide if you want to watch it. So, back at the end of last year, lovely Shirley at Handmade by Shirley asked me if I would like to do a little collaboration with her in January. So we agreed to do a video today for a sort of winter collab, and what we are making is a pack of 4 winter themed cards measuring 3 inches by 3 inches using pale blue, different shades of grey and black, and in a little matching box. So this is my little box that I have made with papers I have created, and then inside there are 4 little cards like so. A little note, certainly is a little note. So if you would like to see how I created the papers and the box and the cards and the envelopes, then keep watching, and I'd love to know what you think. And thank you so much to Shirley for inviting me to participate in this little collaboration. I am definitely hopping on over straight away to check out what she makes, because Shirley makes beautiful things and I'm very nosy. Every step I was making, I was thinking, I wonder what Shirley's doing, I wonder what hers is going to look like. So yeah, thank you so much. Please hit like and leave a comment. And yeah, now you're going to go back to present time me, or me of the past really, making this. Okay, so the first step for making my little winter snowflake cards is to use masking fluid. So I bought this from eBay just before, well, sometime in December, because I kept seeing somebody on Instagram doing watercolour with masking fluid. Now, I think I've had some before and it got kind of exposed to the sun and it went a bit gloopy and horrible. So I'm keeping it in a wee dark corner behind my laptop. I think what I should have bought for this project is you get like a fine liner that's got the masking fluid in it. However, what I had was this sort of nib dip pen thing. So I used that. So my cards are going to be 3 by 3 inches. So I have drawn boxes for 2¼ inches by 2¼ inches. And I have already done the masking fluid, because you can see it's quite yellowy now, but when you first apply it, it's very clear, so you couldn't really see what I was doing. I just looked like I was doing this, and it wasn't very exciting to watch. So now that I have done that, this one I messed up. See, there's a few that are a bit blobby. We're hoping that's going to be okay. This one, when I was taking off that blobby bit, because what you can do is you just rub it with your clean finger and it comes off. But I think I've kind of damaged the paper a wee bit there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5. So I'm hoping that I will have 1 for each of the cards and maybe 1 for the top of my box. So now what I'm going to do is apply some watercolour. So I am going to use my Elizabeth Craft watercolour palette, and I'm going to use this blue, a little bit of this blue lightened up, and the black. So let me make a bit of space. So this is the palette. It comes with this little tray bit that you can move out of there. I've got 27 drinks as per usual on my desk. And I'm also going to use the blue from this. Now this palette I have had for ages and ages and hardly ever used it. It's the Gansai Tambai Gem Colours, and this blue is a gorgeous colour. So I've also got salt here, and I've got some water. I've got fine salt and I've got salt crystals, like chunky, but I think I'm going to do the fine salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray that with some water. My brush is basically kind of clean. The water's just had a wee bit of blue in it, but and I'm just going to, so my palette for this collab, as I think I mentioned already, is kind of light blues and greys. So I think what I might do is, let me just put a bit of water on here. And I've got some kitchen roll as well. So this is the lighter of the blues. And the more diluted the colours are, then the lighter they're going to be on the papers. So I think I'm going to start with this kind of light one and just splodge a bit of that on. Maybe I need a bit more. Bit more water. I kind of want it to be a wee bit darker around the edges, so I'm going in with that. Like so. Oh, excuse me, my stomach's rumbling. The good thing with watercolour, not that I'm any great expert in it, as you I'm sure are seeing, is that when it's wet, it's really quite forgiving. You can play about with it quite a lot. So I'm just kind of blending that black and blue together a wee bit. I don't want to have any white left because I want it to I want the white snowflakes to stand out. So this is just the metallic now, and it's subtle, I think, but it's got a lovely sheen to it. And I'm not really thinking about too much about where I'm putting different colours or different shades. I'm just going for it. And then that looks like it's pretty good coverage. Just got to maybe a bit more of this lighter blue. Okay, so now I need to let that dry, but while it's wet, the other thing I'm going to do is apply a little bit of this salt. And I'm just going to sprinkle it quite lightly around, and that will absorb a little bit of that colour too and give a different kind of texture to it. You can maybe see already that can you see that that is picking up, the salt has picked up a bit of the colour. So now the only thing that I can do is let this dry naturally. So I am going to pop it on this bit of kitchen roll, and I'm going to pop it away and let it dry. So when I come back, this will be dry and we will do the next step in the process. So I shall see you soon. Okay, you can see the lighting has changed. So my watercolour card or paper has dried out, so you can maybe see that sheen from that metallic watercolour is really showing up now. You can see the yellow from the what's it called, masking fluid, and hopefully you can see the sort of clusters of the coloured salt. So now I've got clean hands, I'm going to take that salt off, and you see you get this yucky, the masking fluid comes off and you get that left underneath. So I'm just going to reveal it all. It's kind of rubbery. I don't really know what's in the masking fluid. I'd make sure to put it in the bin anyway, so the cats don't find it and eat it. I'm sure it's probably not very good for them. Actually, that was interesting because that was a big blobby lump of the masking fluid, and actually it's fine when it's come out, which is good to know. It's quite satisfying. So there we go. So you get the effect of the white. There's like a bit of rubbery bit there. Yeah, but you get the effect of the snowflakes standing out. And the nice thing compared to using embossing powder is you get all that effect, but there's no, it's completely flat now. There's no sort of glossy bit left over from that embossing powder. So I'm going to pause you and clean up the desk and then do the next bit. Okay, so now I have cut these down. So I've actually got 5 because I did one extra just in case. I wasn't sure that this one actually I can see because it's got the big circle there. I wasn't sure how that one was going to turn out, but I think they look alright. So this is a 3x3 card base that I've just created with some plain white cardstock, and I cut it 4 pieces that measured 6 obviously by 3, and then I scored it down the middle at 3 inches, and then I'm going to make that into my little card base. And I thought that just to make it stand out a wee bit, I would add a little mat of black, which maybe that's a bit big. Maybe I could make it smaller. I think I will. What I think I'll do is I'll glue it down and then cut it. I cannot wait to see what Shirley's created for this. This was her idea. She invited me to do a wee collaboration with her, and she makes gorgeous things. She's so talented. So I cannot wait to see what she's created for this. Okay, so that's kind of like that. That's going to go on there. And I will add a wee sentiment or something. So yeah, I won't make you watch me do that 4 times. Okay, so I now have 4 little matching note cards that say a little note, and they've got the wintry picture on there. Now I need to do envelopes for them, and for that I'm going to use my trusty what is this even called? We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, and it's a while since I've used this, but so I had to remind myself. But basically, you find the measurement of your card. So my card size is 3 by 3 inches. So it tells me I need a piece of paper measuring 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inches, which is what this is. And I'm going to score it. The first score is going to be at 2 5/8. So you measure it up to that point there, and then I punch that bit, and what I've done here it is, and then I score up here, and then you line up your score line with this guide here. So you're not then measuring that bit, you're just lining the score with this bit of this plastic thing here. And I'm just using paper for this. Nothing fancy. So that's that. And then the other thing you can do is you can pop the points of your envelope in the other side, and it, oh, that's not very good, is it? It gives you a little curved, at that point in the afternoon when I'm dropping everything, should give you a little curved point there. That's better. So then I just need to burnish all those score lines, and then I look for, is there any bits like that first one I did, would I like to hide that? Yes, so I'm going to put that on the inside. Baby ears will be so perfect, you struggle to think which one you would put in, but, and then I'm just going to put some glue on, and I've up to about there, because obviously you don't want it to be too high, and then I might just put a wee dot on there, and then I can just stick, is this, no, that's too wide, this bit, yeah, and just stick that in there while the glue is setting so that I don't stick it together. So that is the envelopes and the cards, and now I need to make a little box for them. So I am pretty rubbish at figuring, I can follow instructions, but I'm a bit rubbish at creating the instructions myself. So I made this out of just some copy paper to check that it was okay and not waste loads of cardstock. So I have taken, for the base, I took a piece of card that measures 6.5 by 6.5. What have I done with them? Here they are. And I'm going to score that at 1.5 inches all the way around it. The lid, the piece of card measured 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 inches, and I'm going to score that at 1 1/4 inches. So here we go, 6.5 and 6.25. I've just written that on so that I don't lose what I'm up to. So the 6.5 one, I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches. So that means that the box is about 1.5, the base will be about 3.5 inches, and it will be 1.5 inches deep. So these cards are not going to get too squished in there. So that is that one. And then the lid is going to be 1/4 of an inch larger in terms of the middle part, the square part, but I've made the edges 1/4 inch smaller so that there's a little gap, and that makes it easier to take it on and off. So this is 1.25 around all 4 sides. And what I did to figure this out was I sat with a bit of paper and I kind of sketched it, and then I fiddled about, and it took me a little bit of time, but if you want me to do a video on how I did, then I can. You could give me the measurements that you want your box to contain, and I'll see if I can figure it out. It'll be like maths for my wee brain. So I'm just scoring all those, and then I'm going to cut just a little snippet like that, and then the same all the way around. So I'm just doing one side on each tab. So before I do any of that, I'm going to take that off. We get the glue. Now, actually, I probably should have decorated this before I put it together, but I've started now. So if I were you, oh, see, it's jumped up. It doesn't want me to do that. Okay. So I have cut some pieces. So this piece is a 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm just going to glue that on what will be the lid, the top of it. And then the side pieces all measure 3.5 by 1. And I have just, while I was waiting for this panel to dry, I just took a scrappy bit of watercolour card paper, and I used the same colours. I didn't do the snowflake effect on it. I just wet the paper and then splodged the different blues. So it's got, you see the sheen hopefully from that Gambai metallic one. I think it will look hopefully quite nice. Right, well, I'll let that all set. I'm going to burnish these. So this is going to be the base. I'm not going to decorate it because you won't see it. I might put a wee sticker on the base. One of my Ginger Ninja. Yeah, I'll do that. Do that. And okay, so I'm just gonna put a bit of glue, hold it while it hopefully sets, and then move on to the next side. Whoops. So yeah, here we go. You can see the box comes together. Like so. And then I just have to repeat with the lid and hope that I've done them the right way round. So in this, I can pop my envelope. There we go. 4 little envelopes. 1, 2, 3, 4 little cards. I'll just give them a little bit of a press down. And then I do have one more of these that I could stick on the front if I so chose to. And then hold that one in. And guess what are you ripping underneath my desk? Who knows? Right. So that is all stuck together. Moment of truth. Haha! It fits! So that would be the top. So then I think I might pop that on there just to make it look a bit more special. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Shirley for inviting me to participate in this really lovely little collaboration. I really enjoyed it. It was a bit of a challenge for me making the box, and I had lots of fun trying to think what I was going to do for my design for the winter cards, but I think they've turned out quite cute. So yeah, please hop on over and check out Shirley's channel, Shirley's channel, if you don't know her videos already. And I am going to watch and see what Shirley has made for this and see how similar or different our approach has been. So I will be back with another video. Thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please hit like and leave me a comment. Ta-da now!